Indore today. Tell us the important themes relating to sustainable agriculture that have dominated discussions at the three-day event. Also sum up for us Jyotiraditya Scindia's 3S formula, which he says should be adopted for sustainable agriculture.
Tanvi, today is the last day of this meeting, and last day is very important for agriculture future. First session is going on. All G20 delegates is in the meeting. Roundtable conference start. The topic of this first session is food security and nutrition. How G20 countries worked on food security. What are the best practices taken by the G20 countries on food security sector, and along with the hygiene, with the hygiene of this food, and what about the the food chain, what about the supply chain. They all are discussed on this roundtable conference. But yes, all countries, all G20 countries are want to become a single platform for sharing the innovation, sharing the ideas for changing and reform in the agriculture sector, especially with the help of digitalization in agriculture. If we talk about the food chain and the food security, all G20 delegates are very serious on that, because as we know, in last one and a half year, at the time of Corona, a lot of countries are facing a food security problem in this Corona period. So in future, this kind of condition is not great. That's why they all want this is the make a the concrete declaration in G20 meetings of this kind of deputy meetings.
Yes, and we know that the topic of drones also was highlighted yesterday by the Civil Aviation Minister, that the application of drones in agriculture is not just limited to, say, pesticide spraying, but also to monitor crops, and various other uses of drones are also coming up in the field of agriculture. If you could elaborate more on what was discussed on the applicability of drones in the agriculture sector yesterday.
Tanvi, digitalization and modernization in agriculture sector is also brainstorming in this first Deputies Agriculture Working Group meetings. And yesterday, Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia was also there. He also he also gave the presentation to the G20 country delegates for the drone techniques, how India work on drone technique for per drop more crop, how India work on the startups, how policies are changes for drone techniques in the sector of agriculture, in the sector of aviation. India is trying to doubling our farmers' income with the help of technique, with the help of modernization, and we know all G20 countries who are with the agriculture economics, they are trying to in future also their agriculture dominating. That's why in future modernization and techniques are very important for those countries. So the aviation policies are very important for aviation policies are also giving a good role in agriculture sector also for increasing the irrigation power of our country, and not only India, it also helps with the irrigation power of the G20 countries.
Okay, we know the next meetings of the Agriculture Working Group are likely to be held in other cities of the country. We'll leave it here. Thank you very much, Aditya Shrivastava, for joining us in News on the Hour.